Thiago Borges, sou professor de Várzea Grande e coordenador do Idioma Sem Fronteiras. E também estamos hoje aqui no nosso Café Internacional. Hoje com a presença do Claudio, say hi there. E também Allan. Hello. Ok. Eles vão se apresentar e a gente vai conversar aqui, uma conversa informal para vocês conhecerem um pouco mais sobre a cultura americana. Ok? First, primeiramente nós vamos conversar com o Claudio. Okay? You want to speak in English, okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Claudio, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, my name is Claudio. I'm Brazilian, and I've been living in the United States for about 21 years. And,
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Just tell next stuff.
Okay, I'll tell you when it started.
So, I've been living in the United States for 21 years, and before I came to the United States, I actually was living in Cuiabá, and I was going to school. I was on my third year of civil engineering on UFMT, which is the Federal University. And then at some point in the break time when they had the strikes, which is very common, I don't know if it still is. But during that period of time, I decided that I wanted to go in the United States and learn the language, a little more of the language, because I already was speaking some language, because I was taking English class before I go there. So I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to go and improve my English and get to know the place, the other culture. And my plan at the beginning was to go there and to come back. Yeah, but I ended up going there and getting involved with the place, and everybody else made friends. So I ended up staying until today.
Up to now. Yeah.
Up to now, yeah.
Yeah. And tell me your expectations before going and living there.
Okay, so when I got there, I didn't have any precisely expectation of nothing concrete, like nothing really planned for the long term. Which is basically my main idea was to go there, learn the language, and maybe come back and continue my course at the university here. So my expectation was to live there as long as I could, get to know the place, learn the language more, and come back. But then I got there and I started learning about the culture, and I got involved, friends, relationship, and then it became my life. And then at some point I decided that will become my home. That's when I worked toward getting my green card. So I got married, now I'm divorced, and I got my green card, became a citizen after 5 years. So after 5 years, I didn't have a set expectation, but after 5 years, after getting my green card and become a citizen eventually, it became my home. So now it's my home for good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us about your cost of life there. How much you spend, okay?
Well, when I got there, actually, because when you get there as a tourist, you're not allowed to work in many jobs, so you take whatever job you can do. So I worked as a cashier, and then I worked in a clothing store, and actually started getting involved with the life of work there also. And sorry, I missed the question that you said.
How much is to live there?
The cost of living. The cost of living is high, but you have the possibility. Everybody the cost of living is high, but you can make more by working more jobs. A lot of people work. It's very common people to work 2-3 jobs. Nobody work a lot of people don't work a full-time work. They work what we call part-time.
What do you do there?
Right now, I'm working for a university, and we call an administrative assistant, sort of like that. It's ship receiving, related to the post office service from the university. And the university is Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is in Cambridge, one of the main city in Boston. Right next to
But you have just one job there.
Right now I have one job. Yeah, but before I used to have 2 jobs, which is very common for a lot of people to have 2 jobs.
I see that.
Yeah.
When I was there.
Yeah, right now I only work Monday to Friday, which is college work, so normal hours. But a lot of people has totally different schedule.
Okay.
And the cost of living is high. Like I said, you might make more, but you also spend more.
Okay.
Like to live in rent's very expensive if you live in Boston or around Boston. If you literally further
have
out.
the university, so
Exactly.
the rent
Yeah,
is
there's
really
too
high.
many students and the rent is a lot of people, so you raise up the price of
Okay.
rent.
Okay, so now you talk a little bit about your life living there, and now we're gonna talk to Allan. Okay.
You said it all.
Okay.
About myself.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Allan. I'm from Boston. I was born in Boston and raised in Boston. And now I live a little outside of Boston. And I was born to a family of 5. I'm the middle child, the one that's liked the most. And I work as a contractor. I do carpet work, and I do it for the universities in Boston.
Okay, and tell I think everybody wants to know a little bit about Boston. Okay, what you can do there besides studying. Yeah, what?
There's a very big culture of work environment there because of the universities, because of the hospitals they have. There is always renovation of the buildings, and so there's a lot of contract labor type work, and a lot of immigrants come to Boston to work and stuff.
Okay, and tourist attractions there.
Tourist?
Yeah.
It's a very strong tourist area because Boston was one of the first developments in the United States. So there's a lot of old history there. That's people are on these tour buses all the time to go around and see the different things. Paul Revere's the guy who.
Are there a lot of museums there?
Yes, there are. There's good. There's museums of fine art. There's many cultural museums. There's a lot of historic houses where somebody lived. We live right down the street from where the second president of the United States was born.
Which one is the second president?
Quincy Adams.
Okay.
We live in Quincy, so his house is there.
Yeah.
The city we live is called the City of Presidents.
Quincy Adams, and then John Quincy Adams was the president also. So they tourist buses are going around all the time to see these cultural areas.
So if you want to visit and get to know more about the culture, you can go to Boston. You have a lot of culture and historical background.
An extreme amount about the history of the United States right in Boston.
Yeah, that's good. And let me see. You've been here, how long have you been here in Brazil?
This little trip I took is 3 weeks, but I have visited Brazil 6 times.
Yeah. So, and what do you know in Portuguese?
What do I know in Portuguese?
Yeah. You can say
I'm just bom dia, boa tarde. They're just basic greetings, but I have not really made a tremendous effort to learn because I have someone who speaks English beside me and other people I know that speak English, but I do want to learn the language, but it's a very complicated language compared to English, if you ask me.
Okay, and what do you think about Brazil? Okay, the food, the weather, people?
I think the food is very good. Basically, the rice and beans with chicken or beef. It's a very good structure of food. I think Brazil's making a mistake. I see a lot of people go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the United States used to go to McDonald's. They don't go to McDonald's much anymore. Yeah, it's just. What was the other stuff?
People. What do you think about
people? I think the people in Brazil. I think that their heart is more open than the United States. I think the United States, the people, they have the same type of heart, but they don't use it as well. They're a little more conservative in nature about their, life and things like that. Where Brazil is more like, come to my house and have a barbecue. It's like
that happens a lot.
It just feels you can feel it. I recognize it right away.
Okay. And the weather, because in Boston it's usually it's better than Cuiabá.
But the weather they have here, we have in Boston, the weather is the extremes of all 4 seasons.
So you have summer too.
A winter is just like being in Alaska, and the summer is just like being here.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
In July and August, it's just as hot as here. So it's a transition every 3 months that you go through. You know, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we talked a little bit. You wanna say more things?
What would you like to know?
I think we said everything.
Covered pretty much everything.
Oh, with one question about the taxes. Okay.
Taxes. Yeah.
Okay, about the taxes in the United States. Okay. What do you want to know about the taxes? Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make this question about tax. Okay, because here in Brazil, things are like goods, clothes, electronics. They are really expensive. Okay. And I remember that when I was in the United States, you go there and you pay for the price of something, but you pay tax beyond that. Yeah, it's separated the price. Okay, tell us a little bit about that. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's basically what you just said. I mean, it's you know, the tax system does work. Sales tax. Most of the taxations, like with sales tax, are determined by the states.
Yeah.
Each state has different, you know, reasons for expenses and things. So, you know, sales tax. If you bought something in Massachusetts, where Boston is, it's 6% sales tax. If you went to New Hampshire, there is no sales tax. No. But they make up for it with a higher real estate tax.
Okay.
So there's different things that the states do. So your taxation system is, you know, I mean, but we all pay the same income tax throughout the whole country. Okay. So it depends on how much money you make. You know, you have to file your taxes and give them some more.
Okay.
All.
It's very different from here in Brazil, because when you buy something here, it's included in the price of the product.
Right.
Tax. Okay. You don't know how much you are paying for the tax.
Yeah, I think you know that's one thing that our government gets a little out of control with is the taxation, because you get taxed for everything. I mean, it's just like, and now they have a new thing that they do a little discreetly. Is I don't know if they do it here in Brazil, but when the politicians feel like they can't raise a tax, they raise a thing called a fee. So a fee. So like if I'm going to register my car, like I have a van, and to register it, you know, it used to be say $120 per year just for that one vehicle. But they didn't want to raise taxes, but they raised the fees, so now all of a sudden my registration costs $180. You know what I mean? So it's a little trickery that they play with fees and taxations. You know?
Yeah. So. Ok, I think, eu acho que por isso já conversamos, né? Acho que está bom. Obrigado por estar aqui assistindo nossa live, ok? Obrigado, thank you for being here and tell us about a little bit about Boston and life in the United States, okay? Thank you, Claudio.
Thank you so much for having us.
That's it. That's all, folks. Bye.